How's it going on, everybody? Incontinent back in with, of course, another MBA video. Obviously, the Monetary Battle Association, and I am your commissioner and head coach of a team, and I'm joined here with Tori.
Yo.
And we're gonna go over, yeah, we're gonna go over the Week 7 matches, and then give you a preview on Week 8, of course. And I would say this week was kind of exciting. I wouldn't even say kind of. It was pretty exciting in some regards, obviously. I did like watching some of the matches, of course. And we get to Week 8, we'll have more and more playoff implications or ways people could probably move towards clinching their playoff berth. But let's go ahead and start off with the first match. Obviously, the SubZero Syndicals take the 3-0 victory over the Eagleville Lavas. SubZero bringing the Kamo, Naganadel, Salamence, Kiram Black, Zygar 50%, and Haxorus, while the Eagleville Lavas brought the Malamar, Greninja, Hydreigon, Drapion, Scrafty, and Mandibuzz. Of course, you know, this really all came down to a miss. Even though the Haxorus was Focus Sash, the Hydreigon missing the Draco Meteor definitely mattered a lot. And then just how SubZero played with their Kamo in front of Mandibuzz, and also the Choice Scarf, apparently topsy-turvy, superpower, etc. Malamar definitely made a big difference too. I definitely think that miss mattered a lot, but as well, the SubZero Slammer not killing the Kiram Black, and then the Kiram Black getting the crit Draco Meteor. It probably didn't matter to kill the Greninja, of course, but it still was definitely something that happened. There was definitely crits and such, and just a lot going on in this match. I'm speaking about this from an objective point of view, of course. So, you know, SubZero definitely played this to their best, you know, in their best favor, of course. Eagleville could have easily won this game. I think the Hydreigon miss was the most pivotal moment in this match, where it was definitely seen, okay, this is definitely a victory in SubZero's favor. But congratulations to SubZero for their victory and continuing their win streak of 4 wins now. Moving on, we have the Galashio Galvantulas versus Jilltix. I made the claim that they couldn't win without Excadrill, and because of one little stat, they actually got the victory in the end. It was a very close match, as you guys see, being a 1-0 victory. Galashio's bringing the Crocodile, Mamoswine, Hippowdon, Mega Camerupt, Seismitoad, and Gliscor. JoeDoe brought the Bucephalon, Frostlass, Mimikyu, Dusclops, Jellicent, and Gengar. I think it was around like probably like 4-1 or like 4-2-ish range, or it was like 5-2. Then the Frostlass got its second kill, and then it died to the Crocodile, so it was like 4-1, right? So Bucephalon comes in, kills the Crocodile, Flamethrower, and then just keeps going, hidden power grassing the Seismitoad, and then kills the Hippowdon with Flamethrower as it comes in with Sand. So it's losing health, of course. I think it was Life Orb as well, and it was losing health because of that, I believe, and the Sand. And then Mamoswine comes in, it Ice Shards, and if he wasn't Hasty Nature, we'd be seeing a different result right now, apparently. However, I think the Ice Shard was still killing. It was in Dark's favor to not die to the Ice Shard. I think it was like a 43.8 chance to actually kill the Bucephalon if it wasn't Hasty, but I think it would have still killed, in my opinion, just knowing Dark's luck. But also, Galashio's played a really good game. I guess it really did come down to the last turn. I will give them compliments that they did win without Excadrill, so my fault for saying that you guys couldn't win without it, of course. However, this came really down to the wire, unlike your other wins, where they were basically straight up, it's a victory, it's a landslide. So I definitely think still, in my opinion, even though this wasn't a landslide victory, I think I would rather see a landslide victory without Excadrill rather than continuously seeing landslide victories with Excadrill, basically, is my point. You still get props, and because you won this week, you have now clinched playoffs with your 7 wins. Congratulations to the Galashio Galvantulas for being the first team to clinch playoffs, going 7-0. Excuse me. JoeDoe unfortunately loses another game, and they go down to 4-3 on their 1-0 loss. But like I said, congrats to the Galashields. You guys definitely deserve all the credit that is due. Moving on, though, we have the Twin Leaf Teddy Ursus beating the Essex Extra Drills. And I know what you're probably saying, Incog, didn't you say that he couldn't win this week and he was on a bad losing streak last week? Yeah, I did say that. Grizzy really showed out this week. Twin Leaf brought the Celesteela, the Landers, Incarnate, Haunch Crow, which I think was an obvious one to bring, Tornadus Therian, Dragonite, and Thunderous Therian, while we saw Essex bring the Victini, Hoopa, and Balna Azelf, Tapu Lele, Latios, and Mew. It was going back and forth for a while, and you could definitely see the cracks within Twin Leaf, you know, losing key Pokemon early on. And then when Celesteela came in, it was basically a wrap. You saw the special defense boost, I believe, when it killed something, so you definitely knew this was not going to go in Essex's favor at all. The lead sheet set and everything else was disgusting, if I do say so myself, but it definitely still won him the game. Essex played to the best of their ability, of course. They definitely could have won this game, but that Celesteela was basically unbreakable, and that mattered a lot in this match, of course. I think in the future, I guess you could say, Twin Leaf, I doubted you. I definitely put you as the person who would lose this week, and darn it, you really showed me that you could win. And obviously, the Celesteela was definitely the key Pokemon in this match. Landers getting his 2 kills as well was pretty good. And you might be noticing that Essex is only credited with 3 kills because Landers died to its Life Orb, so they don't get a credited kill for that, of course. Definitely a good game by Essex nonetheless. The explosion, I think Azelf, I believe it was. And I forgot what I think the hoop was either Ice Punch or something else. I know Mew was Ice Punch, and it didn't kill Landers, I believe, or something. I'm very foggy in the matches, unfortunately, because I did watch these earlier in the week, I want to say. And then, you know, things happen, of course. I forget things. But you guys feel the replays in the description. But still, congratulations to Twin Leaf for their 2-0 victory over the Essex Extra Drills, moving up to, I believe, 3 and 4. And Essex goes on to 5 and 2. And now we move on to the last 3 matches, of course.
Oh, yes.
Yep,
We have the Garden City Golems getting the 2-0 victory against the Nova Noiverns. Garden City bringing the Tyranitar, Minior, Caracosta, Terrakion, Mega Diancie, and... Wait, that is a Mega Diancie, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, couldn't tell. And Shuckle. Nova Noiverns bringing the Silvally Ground, the Exploud, Meloetta, Porygon 2, Beware, and Snorlax. Bring a Tauntmon or Defog. This is basically the lesson for today when it comes to this match. Once Garden City was able to get up Sticky Webs, he's able to, you know, shoot out the kneecaps of everything that Nova was able to bring out from then on, letting Pokemon that would be usually slower getting a hit before King could hit back. King also didn't know that Panthers got Caracosta in a trade, which he really should have done. You know, looked at the slides or the...
Regardless, I forgot to update it on the... I didn't put like the team page in the Discord or on the sheets. It didn't really matter as much, but I still will apologize for it. But even then, it's still like... You know, it didn't really matter to the match too much as King notified me. The only thing that really came up was Sticky Webs, and he should have brought Defog, which I would think with a team that is kind of middling speed or slow, with King's team, that'd be something kind of important, but yeah.
Yeah, and King definitely had potential. Radiant Porygon could have, you know, put in work. I know that he revealed Surf Exploud in the first couple turns of the game. Unfortunately, that was very underused. Also, King just didn't really let his heavy hitters do much of anything. I mean, Snorlax just sort of rolled over and died when Shell Smash Minior got up to +2, got OHKO'd by, well, both Stealth Rock's damage, which did, you know, a little bit, and then an Acrobatics. You know, Shell Smash Minior in general, you know, put in some decent work. But yeah, I think if King had, like, actually... you know, set up his heavy hitters for success, brought Taunt or Defog to at least prevent or get rid of the hazards that Garden City had set up. Might have been a bit of a different outcome, but Garden City definitely played an excellent game, and congrats to them.
Yeah, honestly, last point, and I think I forgot to mention this to Tori. Where's Diggersby, King? I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it off with that note. But we get to the most surprising game this week.
How's that crow taste?
Yes, you are not blind. You see it on your screen, and I am surprised. It took 7 weeks, excuse me, but it happened. Team Free Slurpees won.
Yes. Team Free Slurpees getting that 1-0 victory, bringing the Stack Attacker the MVP of the match. Alolan Doug Trio, Skarmory, Pharaoh, Thorn, Heatran, and Jirachi. Rochester bringing the Zapdos, Magnezone, Alolan Golem, Rotom Wash, Heliolisk, and Raikou. You need to watch the replay on this. But, yeah, this Blue got continuously screwed during the majority of this battle. Couldn't land a hit, and then Rochester was playing with the Sun and Heat Wave Zapdos, basically screwing up any plan up until near the end of the game. I think the Blue had tried to set up. Eventually, Blue was able to get his bearings at the end. There were a couple crucial misses on Rochester's part. Let alone Doug Trio get a few kills, or at least stall out Toxic and I think Burns, and also Life Orb damage to eventually at least get those 2 kills. And then once Alolan Golem was unable to kill Stack Attacker with Earthquake, and Stack Attacker was able to get up Trick Room. That's all, folks.
To put it bluntly, I think the Golem should have had Earthquake. That would have probably been better in my opinion, but I speak for the birds. Yeah, you really have to watch the replay and really settle down and really just sit through it, because it looked bad, and then the Fire Punch from Alolan Golem didn't kill. And I get he was going Charlotte was going for I guess, was it still in the Sun, I believe?
I think so. I think the Sun might have gone away back at that point.
Even at that point, Charlotte still went for it, and then got fucked for it, and, Charlotte's having fun, so, I mean, I can't really blame you for that, girl, but, things happen.
Yeah.
However...
Alolan Golem did Earthquake.
The Stack Attacker, or did Fire Punch?
Yeah. No, it, Earthquake.
Oh, well, then I'm stupid. Then I definitely misread it. Misread it. Yeah, that's the word. But yeah, I guess defense of Stack Attacker means a lot. Never mind then. Still, a 1-0 victory for Team Free Slurpees.
Oh yes, congratulations.
And then we had a double forfeit.
Yep. So this means that both teams get a 0-3 loss, so nobody wins.
3-0 loss. You said 0-3 loss.
Nah, it's the same thing. Yeah, disappointing, sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not something we wanted to happen, but time was winding down, and I kind of just got tired, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, because if you guys didn't try to prioritize and schedule time for this, then I don't know what you want me to say. Moving on, though, here are our, predictions from that week. I went 2-4, Tori went 4-2, which literally got her to 24-18, where I am now. So we are literally tied because of these games.
Yay!
And I think she picked the same people for the predictions as I did, so I don't think that anything's going to really change. Alright, moving on. We have, obviously, the standings. Gal Shields at number 1, 7-0 plus 17. Essex at 5-2 plus 9. JoeDoe at 4-3 plus 12. I know you're thinking, JoeDoe's at 4-3. Garden City's at 5-2. and I'm at 4-3, right below, and all that shit. JoeDoe beat Garden City because the differential is too far apart. It is a 7 differential. JoeDoe will always be above them, and you know, even if they beat them, all that kind of jazz. If Garden City had a better differential than JoeDoe, and it was more than 6, then Garden City would be above. Just to keep re-explaining this, it is a 6 margin when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I said, the 6 margin doesn't affect me with JoeDoe. If JoeDoe loses again and I win again, I'll be above JoeDoe whenever things come out. And that'll mean Garden City will probably be above them too, because their record will keep getting lower. As the record keeps getting lower, the differential starts to mean less. And we'll get to that. Orange Ink, 3-4 -3. They beat Eagleville, and they beat Eagleville. They have not played Nova and Twin Leaf yet, I believe, so they're gonna be above them. What else? I'm blanking on a lot of it, but I'll just read it, and you know, whatever. If you have a question about why they're ranked this way, just ask. I'll answer it in the morning. It is very late at night for me, and I am very tired and sick. So, moving on. Eagleville, 3-4 0. Nova, 3-4 -6. Twin Leaf, 3-4 -4. Baltimore, 2-5 -9. Team Free Slurpees, 1-6 -19. Rochester, 1-6 -14. Bada bing, bada boom. Like I said, questions, comments, yada yada yada. Okay. Moving on. Trades. Team Free Slurpees dropping Magearna for Mega Lucario. They didn't have a Mega originally. Really good pickup, but I think since time has expired, I'm going to guess Orange Ink is going to pick up Magearna maybe next week. I don't know. But it's a cool drop. Maybe not the greatest drop, given their matchup coming up this week. Next one. Eagleville dropping Mega Sableye for Mega Absol. Great Mega Switch. I think Mega Absol is a lot better since he's not really using Sableye well, or I guess correctly in some people's eyes. So Mega Sableye out, Mega Absol in. Pretty good. Mega Absol is a really good offensive Pokemon. If he had had it before the match against me, then it would have probably done really good work. Moving on. Predictions this week. Okay. Baltimore versus Eagleville. We have picked Eagleville this week. Okay. Take our time now. Eagleville has a lot of good Pokemon with the addition of Mega Absol. You know, it's pretty good. Even though this is a type disadvantage for Eagleville going against the bug type, I definitely do believe that there is a lot that Eagleville can do. Having the Scarf Hydreigon option, having Greninja here and with Protean, having Incineroar and Mandibuzz, all that combined with the fact that Eagleville's been playing better than Baltimore, definitely hammers in the fact that Baltimore will not win this game. If they bring Rabombi, if they bring certain Pokemon, they can win this match. But if Baltimore's just here to have fun, I'm not really expecting them to try this match. That's really it from me. Tori?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, though, we have Garden City versus Orange Ink. Okay. Orange Ink has forfeited the last 2 matches, so I don't really have any analysis of them, so I'm not able to pick them at all. That is my basic reasoning. Otherwise, if you go off the matches Orange Ink has played, then you would see that Garden City is probably playing a lot better. Despite getting 6-0'd by JoeDoe, you know, it's just unfortunate with the flinch. And then their other loss was to, I want to say, Galashield. And that was a pretty iffy match. Garden City has been improving every single week, improving and, you know, just crafting different things to work. And I definitely think this week will be no different, despite having some Pokemon on Orange Ink scene that can definitely run through their team, like Mawile, Tapu Bulu, and even an Azumarill or Primarina, even, I guess, a little Ninetales to an extent. Garden City will figure it out, set up rocks, set up hazards, or like webs as well, and even just beat this team. I well think that you will win this game, Pantros. You've made me proud in the past. Let's get this bread. Tori?
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely knowing how Garden City plays and not really just, yeah, having faith in Pantros. Pantros has been doing good.
Also,
You got this.
note, if you do not get it together this week, Ben, tag Ben Anime, you know, I will have to drop you from the league. So I hope you hear this part, and I will definitely DM you, but I will have to drop you. This is something I have to say because I don't like it when people forfeit. It's been 2 straight forfeits. I really don't like that. Moving on. Next match. Galshers versus Twin Leaf. Easy explanation. Galshers is on a win streak, right? And we have the ground type team versus the flying type team. We're obviously going to see Grizzly probably bring something like Gyarados, bringing other Pokemon to the fray and just trying to get the weaknesses. Galshers is really good. And this is important at knowing what their weaknesses are and be able to play around them to a really heavy extent. You will see rocks be put up. You'll see them try to keep those rocks up as much as possible. Just because Grizzly can defog doesn't mean he can defog all the time. If it forces him to run defog on every single one of his Pokemon, then so be it. But that means he loses a move slot and forces him to really think during the game where he can be making crucial plays. He'll have to defog in order to get to those plays, but that could actually mess him up in his train of thought. Galshers has a lot of great Pokemon on his team. If that X-Drill comes, it's a wrap, because once Sand is up, X-Drill can run through this team. Besides things like Celesteela, maybe even Intimidate from Landorus, Therian, and Gyarados as well, but can still do a lot of work. I have 110% confidence in Galshers winning this match. I definitely think we're going to see more Mamoswine this week. We're going to see Gliscor being a defensive wall, and we could even see X-Drill Hippowdon. And Sazerac is really good in this match too, just because Grizzly's going to have to bring something to kill that if it does come. And it could be Pachirindo, it could be Assault Vest to live, we don't know. But Galshers has had this hot streak for a reason, and I'm definitely thinking with the strategy that they can use, they'll definitely win this match. Tori?
Yeah, I definitely think that Galshers need to play this carefully, and they've been showing their definite ability to, strategize around their opponents. Yeah, I think Galshers definitely has the potential and the ability to give Twin Leaf a very hard time and take that victory.
Yep. Moving on to handle the last 3 matches, of course, but we have SubZero versus Team Free Slurpees, and Tori's not picking Team Free Slurpees for some reason. Interesting.
Oh yes, listen. I believe in SubZero. I think while SubZero definitely needs to play it careful, I think if Blue's rampant bad luck, as we have seen in most of the matches, continues, Slurpees, SubZero basically has this in the bag. I mean, we have just raw power. We have Komodo, Mega Garchomp, Zygarde could come to party and just wreck Slurpee's shit. And that's basically all I have to say about them.
From a very
as well.
Yeah, from a very basic standpoint, this is an easy match to pick. Most people would be able to pick it themselves. Magearna being dropped the week that you have to fight the Dragon type team looks weird if you ask me. The Mega Lucario pickup is really good because 350 speed outspeeds everything on the team besides Naganadel at max, and I would think it ties with not Latias, no, because Mega Latias 250, but it beats out everything besides Naganadel. So you have a really good Pokemon that gets Ice Punch, and you have a lot of good Pokemon that are slow. If you set up Trick Room, it's going to be hard for SubZero to really beat that mode of offense, but also they could also prevent it, but you never know what could happen here. The main point to be made is that there's a lot of Pokemon that can dive into the weaknesses of Team Free Slurpee's Pokemon. However, if they play it right, they can get their second win of the season, but given how SubZero is on a 4-game winning streak and doesn't look like they're going to be letting up anytime soon with the usage of Zygarde, Naganadel, Kyurem Black, Mega Garchomp being a bulkier Pokemon in another match to get up rocks and this toxic, Haxorus could be a possible setup mod. Even Kamo could come this week again, and even bring Salamence back, and even something like Goodra for a bulkier Pokemon. We could definitely see something come out of this match where it could be a very high-power offensive match. But we'll have to see and wait and see and wait. But everything SubZero definitely has. From an objective standpoint, mind you, it just seemed really weird that Team Free Slurpees drops Magearna when, the week just start, when you're facing the Dragonite team this week. But I'm pretty sure Team Free Slurpees might have this under control. Maybe they want to make a late breakthrough through the end of the season, make it to playoffs. Who knows? But my decision and Tori's decision is SubZero. Moving on, we have Essex versus Nova. We have both picked Essex. Tori, why have we picked Essex?
Yes, so I think Essex just, despite last week's loss, has the power and strategy to take this game. If Mega Gallade is allowed to set up, it could just run a train, especially if King picks the wrong Sableye typing, picking Dark instead of Ghost. Metagross can sit there being steel and annoying. Essex can just bring some bullshit that Nova might not even think about predicting. And I think also in general, I think King hasn't been quite showing the same prowess as Essex has. Didn't allow his heavy hitters to perform last week, made a crucial mistake in not bringing Diggersby. It's clear that Essex is more than likely going to have Nova's number during this match, and it's gonna wreck shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Essex is definitely going to be the team to really get back on track this week. Both teams lost, unfortunately, last week. And King definitely had a worse loss, in my opinion, not really focusing down on what he should be doing, rather just overlooking certain things. I definitely think he could still win this match if he plays to his strengths. You know, bringing a Sableye type like maybe Ghost, even Dark would work. I think Ghost would be better just because of the Mega Gallade threat. Obviously, it's probably coming this week. However, even with that being noticed, Essex wants to rebound this week, and Essex is a high-powered team. They're a hit hard first, worry about the other shit later. Because if you notice their matches, how fast they can go, besides obviously last week with the loss, they are just in it to win it, and they keep going. And I think Mega Gallade is coming. I think even Tapu Lele could be a really good Pokemon. I think the Explosion Azel from last week was a really good decision too. Obviously being wary of Ghost type Sableye, but overall, Essex has been showing better strategy, better prowess, as Tori said, and just being the better overall team this season, in my opinion, puts Essex in a better position to be like, okay, well, I can definitely win this match. It is a winnable game. If King focuses down and really takes his time with his thinking and really plans for the things that are very obvious, and even some of the not so obvious things, he can win this match too. I will call this match a close game, in my opinion, but definitely Essex will win this match. Moving on to the last match, right? The last match of the week?
Yep.
Yeah. We have JoeDoe versus Rochester. We both picked JoeDoe. Tori, why do we pick JoeDoe?
Yeah, I think definitely Rochester just doesn't really have a great chance in the fact that it doesn't really have a lot of opportunities for super effective moves against a ghost type team, aside from giving every possible Pokemon Shadow Ball. I mean, it's not a lot of options. Besides that, I don't know what else gets Sucker Punch in this. I think does Alolan Golem gets Sucker Punch?
Galvantula and the Rotom forms do, I believe.
Okay. Even then, those are two moves, not a lot of options. Dark definitely has options with ground type moves, just, you know, super effective coverage against Rochester. Has definitely more options for setting up, especially with Blacephalon and Aegislash. You know, we were talking about earlier, if Blacephalon is allowed to set up at least once, it's more than likely over for Rochester. But yeah, I think in general, JoeDoe has more tools in the toolbox, shall we say, to beat Rochester, and yeah, just in general, better battling strategy, as you can see the difference in records. Yeah,
this is a pivotal game, obviously, for Rochester not to lose. Just like Free Slurpees, I didn't mention it earlier, but 7 losses would put you out of playoff contention. However, the case may be, even with that being said, I said the same two phrases, basically. JoeDoe has been losing. JoeDoe wants to get back on track. This is their game to do that. There's not a lot of coverage options for Rochester, but they do obviously have their own stab. Electric typing. So that could obviously do really well in this match, of course. However, JoeDoe has shown more strategy, has played better in the games that they've won, even in the games they've lost, and overall has shown that they are a team to be feared. Obviously, Rochester you know, it's been a really bad season. They've only gotten 1 win from the first game of the season and then have lost 6 straight. So, am I expecting that streak to continue? Yes, I am. However, this can be a good win for Rochester and could definitely mean something when playoffs come around. Rochester just needs to figure out the right formula to beat JoeDoe, and that's it. But it's going to be a long one, and it's not some 5-minute thing. This is going to take some really good crafting to beat Dark's team. If Dark keeps falling, Dark could possibly fall out of playoff contention and just fall out of playoffs in general, but who's to say what's going to happen in these next few weeks? But I definitely think JoeDoe is going to win. Alright, we finished up those pretty quickly, I imagine. However, we're not done yet. We have the kill leaders, and I have updated it to have pedestals that are gold, quote-unquote, silver, quote-unquote. That one's kind of lighter. They are originally white. And then bronze, which is just an orange. The Galashio Galvantras have extra drill with 17 kills and 0 deaths. Someone needs to kill that. I always say that every week. In the first position, the JoeDoe Jilltix have the Age of Slash with 13 kills and 1 death, obviously getting all the way up there because of the 6-0 victory over the Garden City Golems week 5 or 6. I think week 5 because I played him week 6. So there's that. And then the Mega Gallade. Some Pokemon have 9 kills, but they have more deaths than Mega Gallade, and Mega Gallade is the only Pokemon with an 8-1 KD, so it is your number 3 at 8-1, obviously being a +7 differential. Ageless having that 12 differential, and Extra having that 17. At the end of the season, we'll do this again, because I feel as if it is, you know, just kind of nice to look at, and, you know, people like to know, I suppose. If there's something you're interested in, you know, every week, you can let me know in the comments as well. Obviously, that's going to do it for me and Tori. Obviously, as I said earlier, I am very tired and sick. That's why I started speaking faster, because we get this over with a little bit quicker. Sorry if I stumbled over any of my words. Of course, I've been sick for a long time, and it is just wearing off, but it is still fighting its way back into my body, unfortunately. But, yeah, guys. That's going to be it from us, the Week 7 review and Week 8 preview. I am your commissioner and coach of the SubZero Syndical's IncogM. For me and Tori, we'll both say goodbye.
Bye. Still have no team, but bye.
And we will talk to you guys next week.